Yo, what up, everyone? Gonna be going over the Path of Exile 2 live stream. We probably won't go into the Ziggy D questions, but we'll just get a bit of an update on what's going on. That releases next week, from what I understand. Pretty excited to be able to start a new character, new random build again. But anyway, let's get into that, and then we'll chase some upgrades for our Lightning Trap Luminary.
Game Director on Path of Exile 2, and today I'm excited to show off our new class, the Duelist, which will be available in the 1.0 release on December the 11th. But for those of you who just can't wait until 1.0 later this year, after showing the Duelist, we'll also be showing off a new event based on the Ritual League called the Forbidden Rites, which will be releasing next week along with the 055 update. And after all that, a Q&A with Ziggy D to answer your questions from Twitch chat. But not only that, afterwards we'll be going straight to the final qualifier for the POE 2 races, the winner of which will be going to ExileCon in November to compete in the finals. But first, the Duelist. Now the Duelist comes with a new weapon type that it's kind of crazy we didn't have, swords. And with each new weapon type, we want to make sure that the playstyle feels different to all the others.
They look pretty sick.
So what defines combat with a sword?
Like Reeve.
To us, it's that feeling of flow, from attack to attack, and from stance to stance.
I mean, if you can get big enough AoE for that attack to these spirals to do everything,
the Duelist's abilities in the ruins of the Grand Arena. The corpses of the dead continue to fight endlessly as the arena collapses around them. And should you get to the center, you'll be able to face Thrax, their champion. The first mechanic we need to talk about is Ready Stance. After using some Duelist skills, you can keep holding the button to ready your blades for your next strike.
Reminds me of Quarterstaffs
Normally,
there.
your basic sword slash would look like this. But in Ready Stance, it turns into a deadly AoE slash instead. Your Ready Stance also has the ability to be upgraded. This is Sand Scour, another Ready Stance attack. And if you stun enemies with it, you'll enter Sand Stance. And using this with your default attack will send out a Sand Disc. But default attack isn't the only ability that can be modified by your stance. Like Perforate, for example. This skill is a triple stab, where the third strike sends out drills, bleeding your enemies.
It doesn't look that good.
But from Ready Stance, you can
I mean, maybe you can get some massive single target damage on it, but to have it like pinpoint in that straight line.
Perfect for large packs. Together, these basic abilities give a very unique feel to sword combat. It's quite different than any other class we've made, flowing from ability to ability. There's also some abilities that you can use while in Ready Stance, without breaking it. A good example are War Cries, like this one, Intimidate.
Time to die!
Use it to deliver a cutting insult to your foe, intimidating them and causing your next attack to knock them off balance. Another great ability you can use already is Rending Dash. This movement skill slices through monsters, but since you stay in Ready Stance, it allows you to reposition to the perfect angle to strike.
A lot of attacks needed there just to get those packs down there.
But what about Blood Stance? For that, we'll need to switch from two-hand to dual wield.
Swords look pretty cool.
Now with swords, we wanted to make sure that the different options of one-hand, two-hand, or dual wield each have their own interesting playstyle. So unlike other weapon types, dual wielding swords gives you the ability to parry attacks. Follow up with Bloodied Blade to enter Blood Stance. When using this one with default attack, you'll create a deadly blood wave, causing your enemies to bleed. And of course, Blood Stance will also work with other skills that benefit from stances. So use it with Perforate, for example, and you'll get a bunch of mini blood novas. Once your enemies are bleeding, you might want to try out Hemorrhage. This skill
Perforate will come into play. Blood Stance, single target.
And once the enemies have built up enough blood loss, slice through them with a Rending Dash to consume all the blood loss for a giga bleed.
Didn't really have much health left by the time I used that.
Have made the Duelist without is Cyclone. It's an absolute fan favorite.
Here we go.
Before, when using it, you can spin to win. But this class is all about using stances. So how about we try it with one of those? Use Cyclone from Sand Stance, and you'll be spewing.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't look like he had any power charges or anything when he activated that Cyclone, so be interesting to see that.
Sand discs at your enemies left and right. Great for AoE clear.
Yeah, it looks like you can just constantly use it.
Upgrade compared to before, and it's a lot more reliable now. But there's also another way to parry monsters that doesn't require waiting for them to attack you. By switching to a shield, you can now bash enemies straight out of Ready Stance to parry them without waiting for an attack.
Done a bit of damage.
During the arena's heyday,
I
challengers
don't think
would
I'll be
first have to
trying to
face
utilize
deadly
parry
beasts
much
to
though.
test their mettle. So why should it be any different now? Before you can face Thrax, you will need to defeat these dangerous adversaries to prove your worth.
This area looks cool.
Another trick the duelist has up his sleeves are buried blades. Earthrend creates blades that slice through the ground towards your enemies. And once in the ground, these blades have a few uses. The first one of these can be done using Charged Slash. The basic version is a simple lightning-infused cleave, but do it from ready stance, and it changes
Like a combination of a few characters here. We've got quarterstaff moves, like you've got the Tempest Flurry almost down there, and then you've got some of the mace skills kind of thing, where you've got a stun and then proc abilities with stun, and then you've got bleed, and then that almost looks like the Wyvern sort of attack, Ren.
into a deadly spin, sending out lightning projectiles. But Charged Slash can also be used with the buried blades. Hitting them will turn them into mini Tesla coils, dealing lightning damage to nearby enemies.
That's pretty cool. A bit of setup.
It seems here we have a warrior who refused to die. I'm sure we could put his equipment to better use.
Just a petty thief.
Quiet. I've no guilt in this.
You could also switch to a two-hander to plunge your blade into the ground,
Interesting.
sending out a set of 3 blades that explode.
Looks like a merc.
But if you use Earthrend first, then you can get even more blades, and the blade plunge will make all of them explode. If you want an even greater field of blades, using Ready Stance with Earthrend has an interesting effect. Instead of creating one blade, it makes an entire wall of them.
Yeah, you can
also
explode
hold
them,
the
that's
blade
pretty
plunge
cool.
skill to charge up the swords even further before they explode.
Yeah, I don't know about that though.
Watch out for those chimeras.
Avoid damage
So
for that
maximum
long.
damage, use Ready Stance into Earthrend, charge them up with Charged Slash, into a Held Blade Plunge for a massive explosion. But
He's
that's
just
not
taking
all.
some damage before he
Blood and
gets that
sand
off.
work with the Blade Plunge too, to empower all your buried blades. Use it with sand to generate continuous sandstorms around all your blades. And this can be a devastating...
So the issue with that one was there's quite a big space that didn't look like it was taking any damage from that. So you had spirals here, 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 but then you've got all this open section where you're not covering any damage. But I mean, maybe you can skyrocket the
combo
area,
to blend
area of
bosses.
effect.
Or use it with blood to create blood pools around each blade. Cycloning through the blood pools will add blood to your cyclone, so that can be a fun option. But while we're talking about that, Cyclone counts as a storm, so it can pick up other elemental ground effects too. Blade Conduit will summon a bolt of lightning to your blade and create shocking ground, and cycloning through it will add lightning to your cyclone.
That's very easy, like
Combine it
very
with the
easy
blood
shot
to get
ground.
both effects. And of course, it's possible to get blood, sand, ice, fire,
Weapon
and
set
lightning
bonus
all at
too
the same
for
time on your
some
cyclone.
characters.
You guys will have to work out a good build for that yourselves. Already you can see from just the tools I've shown you, this class has a lot of interesting combinations of abilities. With even just a few skills, there are a huge number of options you can do in combat. Now before we get to the boss fight of this area, there's just one more skill I'd like to show you.
That
World
instant shot
Cutter.
ground was pretty.
Charge it up and unleash the ultimate slash. But that's not all. Like so many of the duelist abilities, it can be further enhanced with blood stance, or sand stance too. Alright, so those are just a few of the tools the duelist has at his disposal. So let's use them to face the true threat, Thrax, the champion of the arena.
So in the trailer, they showed that big sword doing the ice either side, like Geonor's attack. I'm wondering if you just put in like extra attacks, or if that still is a unique ability. Wonder how long the swords last. They're gone. Did okay damage before he's phased. Either he was phased there, or that damage does all of its. That attack did all of its damage, and then just had visuals left afterwards. We're interested to see if he does the charge through to consume all that bleed. Got a decent amount on. Oh, that did a bit of damage. There's a good
Alright,
use for it.
So that's a taste of what we have in store for the Duelist. It's my favorite class
Not
I've
bad.
ever worked on, and provides a really dynamic combat experience that's just quite unlike any other ARPG. But we also wanted to show what kind of possibilities there are for the Duelist in the endgame. To do that, I'll hand things over to Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. Today, we're going to go through 2 in-game builds that we've put together for the Duelist made by our developers. Our first build is called the Bringer of Blades, a mighty name once feared in the arena. This build is all about rising buried blades from beneath the ground. Some say each sword created by this build is from a foe slain in battle in the gladiator arena, and from the afterlife, they offer their sword back to you in respect. The bread and butter of this build uses Earthrend, supported by the lineage support Calm's Madness, to maximize the efficiency of creating buried blades. It combines that with the Blade Conduit skill, to charge up all the blades with lightning. You can also use the Astral Projector support on it to be able to do so from ranged, if you want to minimize risk and place shock ground underneath your enemies. We
There's a
also
fair bit
have
of ground
Earthrend
coverage there,
supported by
so-
Electrocute, so that we can keep the enemies crowd controlled. Then it's just simple. Spam Earthrend, occasionally using Blade Conduit to refresh the charged lightning on all the blades. For stronger enemies,
Too bad.
or larger packs, we want to be able to get sand stuns. The best way to do that while clearing is using Combat Frenzy. Simple, now you're generating frenzy charges. With those, we can use Sand Scour to enter sand stuns. And from sand stuns, use Blade Plunge to cause sand discs to appear on all of our many buried blades, covering the screen in storms of sand. Of course, you want to use eroding sands too, because as the sand discs are doing many small hits, you want to make sure enemies have as little armor as possible for maximum damage. Alongside that, since we're doing lightning damage, we're also going to throw in the new support Sandstorm, which causes our sand discs to become infused with lightning.
Damn.
The other
Alright.
tool we're using is this
Once you can
support,
see it optimized,
which
yeah, it
causes
does.
all your
It is
buried
quite
blades
strong.
to add miniature auras that give you damage. To double down on that further, we have this new
What,
passive
onslaught?
skill notable, which also causes your buried blades to make you angry, causing you to generate rage on hit while near them. With those, we want even more buried blades. So, let's take it to the extreme. And for that, we have this skill, Rain of Steel,
Nice, there's 3 rage
which
per
allows you to
buried
call
blade.
down a whole ruckus of swords, covering the entire battlefield in buried blades. It's pretty obvious what to do next. Just use the existing combos, and the entire screen becomes surging with lightning as sand discs run wild.
You do need some crowd control with
There's
this
more coming
playstyle
even
because
still.
you're stationary
Alongside
there.
the Duelist, we've made a whole bunch of new epic swords. I mean, just look at them all. This build in particular uses this sword,
Sick.
which causes all your buried blades to be enhanced by Karui magic and become ancestrally boosted. Then, take these new passive skill notables, specifically for boosted attacks, to improve your efficiency even further. There's a few new ways to boost attacks with the Duelist, and we're excited for you to discover and integrate them into your builds. With all that combined, look at this actual mayhem. Now, we
Oh,
tried to not use
that's
unique
pretty cool.
items on this build, as we wanted to show its potential with just standard gear and skills. But this
yeah, look
next
at
one
that.
is a different story. So, let's move on to our second build. Here we have the Scourge Walker. For this build, we wanted to do Cyclone with a twist. For that, we're going to use some uniques, starting with a new sword being introduced alongside the Duelist, Oro's Sacrifice. This sword grants a ton of fire damage, at the expense of your physical damage, and grants a new skill called Infernal Step. Infernal Step itself is pretty fun, and pretty epic. Use it as you flicker around, burning
strike.
enemies as you strike them. Be wary though,
Fire.
there are both upsides and downsides to using this skill consecutively. Each use gains you a stack of Sacrificial Flame. While this isn't inherently a downside, using Infernal Step while you have Sacrificial Flame causes you to take fire damage, and the more you have, the more you take. So you want to make sure you mitigate as much fire damage taken as possible. In order to do this, we're using even more uniques. Like these, which have received some changes. Molten Tenet and Zoph's Blood. Then, we've just gone and used good armor gear in our core armor slots to stack up as much defense as possible. So, what about damage? We're doing a few things here that are pretty out there. Given we're using Oro's Sacrifice, we're dealing purely fire damage. However, we still need to be able to bleed for some huge DPS you'll see soon.
Wonder if this would be
Do
good on
that,
the Demon
we're
Witch.
using this unique ring, Blistering Bond. This allows our fire damage to scale bleeding, instead of physical damage. Our last unique is Barracks Respite. As said originally, we want a Cyclone, which is a wind skill, and can benefit from elemental ground surfaces. Now, our Cyclone is a fiery
Oh,
force.
so you'll be able to use the taming with it.
One last thing to
Oh,
note
does that
before
say twisted?
showcasing our Scourge Walker in action is that Oro's Sacrifice also grants you frenzy charges while at maximum sacrificial flame. This will allow us to fold Bloodied Blade into our rotation between Cyclone sessions to get Blood Enhanced Cyclone. Alright, now you can see our basic rotation. First, we use Infernal Step a few times. Then, once we have a frenzy charge, we use Bloodied Blade. This puts us in Blood stance. And then it's simple. Cyclone away. As you can see, we have the perfect harmony of demonic powers. Blood and fire fill the screen. Honestly though, we need to add some horror and flesh to the build to really embrace the fantasy. For that, let's use this new support gem, which we will put on our Cyclone. Given we're already bleeding, this can cause enemies to shed chunks of flesh when hit, which explode after a short delay. Check out this ruckus. Oh, and while we're at it, let's add even more fire by using the Fan the Flame support. At this point, you can already see how much this is getting out of control. I love it. You may notice we have an excess of frenzy charges. So, you want to throw... Given we're already bleeding,
Need
this
to
can
check
cause
that Fan the
enemies to shed
Flames. I
chunks
believe
of
they've
flesh when
changed
hit,
that.
which explode after a short delay. Check out this ruckus. Oh, and while we're at it, let's add even more.
Ah, very nice. I mean, it's isolated to wind skills, but so there's another Fan the Flames, I believe, or something similar to spread your ignites, and the enemies need to stay within range of the enemy ignited for a certain period of time. That's got none of that. So it's just soon as you hit an ignited enemy, you can trigger a fire explosion and spread the ignite. Very nice.
More fire by using the Fan
Shame
the
it's
Flame
isolated
support.
to
At this
wind
point,
skills, though.
you can already see how much this is getting out of control. I love it. You may notice we have an excess of frenzy charges. So, you want to throw on Echoing Strikes, which consumes all your frenzy charges to cause our next Cyclone to create a bunch of Cyclones. Feel free to add Infernal Cry to the mix, cause why not? Okay, well it's already pretty damn strong, but we can push it further. What about single target? For that, we're going to make use of our second weapon set, and use a one-hand sword and Targe, which grants parry. However, instead of using a regular Targe, we're going to use this Runeforged Targe. which grants us a special version of parry that maintains its stances when used. So if you are in blood stance and use it, you will remain in blood stance afterwards. This includes while using the dashing parry that Jonathan mentioned earlier. We are going to want our parry debuff duration to be as long as possible, so we can spend more time spinning. To get that, we're using another new sword base type. This one adds base duration to parry. We've also then invested into as much parry duration in this weapon set as possible
bit going on in that
new
tree.
passives on the tree. Now, we can make this even better by using a new support that allows our parry to apply armor break. And to get it to benefit from our fire damage, we will anoint the Molten One's gift on our amulet. Now, our armor break causes enemies to take extra fire damage. So now, we
Very
just get
nice.
into blood stance using Bloody Blade, use parry, which dashes in, keeping us in blood stance, then
Bit of a
we
setup, but
cycle on our way to glory.
the payoff
Don't
is
forget to also use echoing strikes once you get enough frenzy charges.
well deserved.
I mean, just look at this damage. You may have noticed we didn't show any Ascendancy classes. That's right, these builds weren't even Ascended, so their build potential goes so much higher. And the Ascendancies are pretty epic. Here's some art to tease them. But to find out more about that, you'll have to check them out when we show them
Only
at
two.
ExileCon later this year.
They're releasing
We
it with
hope
2
you enjoyed our
Ascendancies.
Duelist demonstration. We're really
Not
excited
3.
to have you get your hands on it and start slicing and dicing throughout Rayclast. Now, Path of Exile 2's full 1.0 launch is later this year on December 11th. But if you just can't wait till then, next week we are doing our 055 update, and it includes
what we're
a
here
bunch
for,
of
this is what we wanna
changes
see.
as well as a new event. Given that, it's finally time to talk about Forbidden
Roller
Rites,
Chaos rework.
a new event based on the
Faster
Ritual League
Fortress
that
completion,
will be
very
starting
nice.
with our 055 patch next
New
week.
Wildwood, new
But
Soul
that's not all.
Cores.
We
Abyssal
also have a massive
Ravines.
overhaul to the Trial of Chaos, some new in-game Abyss content, and more. So, let's dive straight into it.
It's open to see
The
some
King
more
and the Mist
Ascendancies in
and his
here.
cultists,
I was actually
left
hoping to see the
unchecked,
trial.
have spread their influence. By his will, the Nameless have been performing gruesome rituals throughout Rayclast, all the way from the forests of Ogum to the deserts of the Maraketh, and even Utsal and the Karui Islands, afflicting everything around them with a foreboding darkness. As you can see, they've been quite successful in their efforts, and if not stopped soon, who knows what will become of Rayclast. During the Forbidden Rites event, your goal is to put an end to their nefarious plans. In each area of the campaign, you'll find a ritual encounter. For those unfamiliar, these are effigies that are guarded by the Nameless and their servants. By defeating them within the ritual site, you can then activate the effigy and fight them again as they are revived by dark magic, all whilst various plagues will try to kill you. Defeating the revived monsters causes their blood to go to the effigy to be used as tribute. After the encounter, use the tribute you earned to acquire rewards. These rituals, unlike their in-game counterparts, will not exclusively reward unique items, and instead will give you a bunch of items useful for leveling, like currency for crafting your gear alongside a bunch of equipment. Ultimately, in every area, you get to kill some monsters and then go on a small shopping spree. However, we know people liked having unique item rewards from Ritual, and we wanted that to still be present in the campaign, but we just couldn't give one out in every single area. Throughout each act, 2 times, and once in each interlude part, you'll see these clusters of more epic ritual effigies on the world map. When you reach these areas, you'll notice that unlike normal, the effigies aren't just in a random location in the area, but they're on top of the area's boss fight. By completing these boss rituals, the boss will then be carried forward and added to the next ritual in the cluster in the next area, where you'll face it as part of an increasingly dangerous series of boss fights.
Damn, that's going to be
For example, the
This is gonna be
first
pretty
cluster you'll
intense.
encounter is shown here,
multi-boss.
containing large effigies in
Bit like the
Clearfell,
Gauntlet, really?
Mudburrow, the Grellwood, and the Grim Tangle.
Oh, that's one
If
way
you
to make
complete
people
the
go down to
ritual
the
in
burrow.
Clearfell, the Hag boss will appear during the ritual in the Mudburrow, alongside the Devourer.
Oh, so
Once you've
every
completed that
single
area,
one
The
carries it
ritual in
on
the
and you fight
Grellwood
them
will
all.
include Brambleghast, alongside the Hag and the Devourer. Then, to top it off, when you get to Grimtangle, the ritual in that area will have its boss, the Rotten Druid, and the previous 3, totaling 4 boss fights in one epic final showdown. That's where the unique rewards come into play. By completing these epic boss ritual encounters, you then get to spend your tribute on unique items. Given ritual is the content of the
Uniques
league,
for the
we wanted to
campaign,
make sure it worked in
guaranteed.
multiplayer well. Historically, only the creator of the area gets to spend tribute at the end, while your friends just have to watch. We've made some improvements to this experience. In 055, every party member earns their own tribute and can spend it on their own rewards, so no one has to miss out. In order to make it not too rewarding in groups, we've restricted it so party members are unable to reroll the shop and they have fewer options available to choose from. So, that's the campaign and a multiplayer improvement, but what about the endgame? Given that ritual was already available to be added to your maps, well, once you reach the endgame, you'll still have ritual encounters in every area, and they'll still give unique items and omens, but we've added one extra mechanic here to add new difficulty and reward heights to your
That's
endgame
the
maps.
oh, that's grenades.
After completing rituals in endgame, you want to keep an eye out for this item, a Sacred Bloom, which you can spend tribute on to acquire. If you happen to find one, you can then use it and apply an entrance to the Wildwood to an in-game map of your choice on the Atlas. Then, when you enter that map, you'll find this entrance at the start of the area. By entering it,
Oh,
you're
super
sent
juice
into the Wildwood.
boy.
You have limited time here, but while in the Wildwood you can find wisps, and you want to follow the trails of them and collect as many as possible. There are 3 different types of wisps: Primal, Vivid,
Nice. So it's like,
and Wild.
ooh, what was that?
When you then have to exit the Wildwood,
Little
the
white
wisps
flow
are
over in the
free
corner.
and will spread across the map, possessing and influencing many monsters.
Oh, we've
Primal
got proper
wisps, when
wildwood
free,
juice back.
can cause normal monsters to become magic monsters. Vivid wisps, when freed, can add additional modifiers to rare monsters. And
They're a bit
wild
different.
wisps add rarity of items dropped to all monsters. If you're really lucky, keep an eye out for these sacred wisps. I wonder what they do.
Ooh.
Of course, you can gather all 3 types of wisps if you really want to juice your maps. And by using ritual tablets, you can increase the amount of wisps
Gotta be
found while in
currency,
the
right?
Wildwood. Be warned though, while affected monsters drop better items, the wisps also empower them, making them considerably more difficult to defeat.
Damn, still no
So,
damage to them.
That's the Forbidden Rites event. While it isn't a full league in the traditional sense, it gives you the perfect opportunity to start in a fresh economy. For those of you who enjoy having clear goals to work towards, this event league also introduces a new set of 8 challenges. These include completing the campaign rituals, defeating named rare monsters, reaching level 90, and more. Completing them will earn you 4 exclusive cosmetic rewards and a statue for your hideout to commemorate your success.
That's pretty cool.
Swarm your enemies with the Locust Footprints effect. And send your foes scurrying to their demise with the Locust Swarm Finisher effect. Fear the dark no longer with your Wildwood Guardian pet at your side. And level up in fashion with the Wildwood Affliction level up effect. Next, let's talk about the Trial of Chaos. Since Early Access launched, we've received a lot of feedback about the Trial of Chaos. It was just obvious that it wasn't good enough. So we've gone through pretty much every part of this trial and made improvements across the board. There's so much to cover here, so let's just fire away with some of the more important changes. Starting with a banger, you can now leave the Trial of Chaos between rooms and resume later at your leisure. Alongside improving almost every aspect of the encounter types, we've made far more of the rooms just about slaying all the enemies, instead of the more specific objectives like escorting the statue or implanting soul cores.
Fuck for
We've
that.
increased the size of that pesky elevator and made them more responsive. We've made the doors between rooms open quicker and from further away. We've shortened the distance between rooms to have less running. We've added a lot more inherent scaling to the area and to the Trial of Sekimas too, to account for the lack of Atlas Tree. we've made the Trial Master only time freeze to spawn in all the monsters once at the start of the run, instead of in many of the rooms. On top of that, we have done a full pass on all the modifiers, making them significantly less dangerous at lower tiers, and rising to the same difficulty at their maximum
Oh,
tier.
look at the currency.
Additionally, all the modifiers now grant bonuses to item rarity too. The modifiers now also have better descriptions, being more explicit about what danger you're signing up for.
Does that mean...
We've also added a new kind of modifier, called a wager modifier. These are meta mods that can significantly increase the danger and reward of your trial. For example,
So you just get
this one
currency from it
increases
now.
the tier
Very
of
nice.
every modifier already applied to your run. But in exchange for that, doubles all the currency you've earned so far in the run. There's about a dozen of these, and they have some pretty interesting effects. Sometimes you want to apply them early in the run, other times late.
Far out, that
They
looks
add a
pretty
very
intense,
cool
though.
dynamic element to the mod selection between rooms. The Uxmal the Beast Lord boss fight in the Trial of Chaos
Pretty
has
sure he
had
just
its
had to run
arena
across them.
redesigned entirely. Less
There
flying,
at a statue
more
there.
attacking. The more significant elite monsters that spawn during the Trial of Chaos are now more dangerous, but more rewarding. Speaking of rewards, you can now also find these chests between each room to get some bonus items for your efforts. And the rewards available when choosing modifiers no longer offer random corrupted items, now exclusively offering only currency items and soul cores. Oh,
Woo!
and we've done a full balance pass on those two
Worth
to
farming
make
now.
them more powerful, alongside adding some new ones to the trial and endgame. Speaking of the trial and endgame, for those looking for a greater challenge, you'll no longer need to have to stop after 10 rooms. You can now continue all the way to room 30, with the difficulty and rewards escalating as you progress. Combined with the previously mentioned wager modifiers, the rewards of these runs can get
Oh.
very juicy.
Or div.
Reaching these later rooms will also allow you to obtain all 3 Trial Master fragments in a single run, giving skilled players a clear and reliable path towards facing the Trial Master rather than leaving their progress entirely to chance. We've moved the functionality of the wager currency mechanic from magic inscribed ultimatums that could drop from the Trial Master into the base mechanic. This can be accessed at the end of every 10th room. Overall, this is a much more polished version of the Trial of Chaos, and we think it addresses many of the concerns players have raised over the past several months. When we introduced the new endgame in Return of the Ancients, we wanted the journey through the fortress to feel epic, and it was. But your first time progressing through it, it is a massive undertaking.
Bloody oath.
With a fresh economy, we wanted to make the fortress easier to complete. So in 055, we're making some changes. After completing the main questline, you can now just venture out of the fortress and find another Arbiter of Divinity key. By defeating this more difficult version of the boss, all remaining sections of the fortress will be automatically completed.
Far out.
Now, onwards to Abyss.
That's
We're
massive.
introducing a new Atlas feature centered around it. We
Wonder
wanted to
how
add
hard it
more
is, though.
things to find when exploring the Infinite Atlas. So, we've added these new abyssal ravines that can appear. Each map on the ravines has abysses in it, and as you complete each along it, the next map gets more and more rewarding as you push the Abyssal Legion back. When you reach the last map on the ravine, you'll have a guaranteed Abyssal boss encounter. The Forbidden Rites event will not have Runes of Aldo content in each area. But fret not. Pharaoh, Danig, and Expedition content is still going to be available in the Atlas as core, and that includes standard leagues. You can now continue to find expeditions in-game, but from Act 4 onwards. In the endgame, expedition tablets will now be available, allowing for some new levels of investment into the league. Such as having 2 full expeditions in just one area, alongside up to 2 standalone remnant encounters. With tablet mods, you can now even get many sentries per expedition, resembling an almost sentry minion build as you run around and apply runic modifiers to monsters across the maps. The existing Runes of Aldo League will continue to run, so if you want to keep playing there, finishing your endgame and completing challenges, feel free to do so. So that's all our new content summarized for this Event League and 055 update. In case you didn't see it alongside Path of Exile 1's release for Curse of the Allflame, here's a reminder to check out our supporter packs and mystery box that release with it, which are now fully available
Cool.
for
We'll
use in
probably
Path
look at
of
getting,
Exile 2 as well.
one of those packs, but we
These
can check that
include
out
the
later.
Plague
Let's get
and
into some
Remedies
gaming.
supporter packs.
But yeah, excited for that. Excited for the fresh economy. And yeah, we'll do our random build roll later on.
And the Curse
Ourselves. Get into it. Actually, let's go check out Atlas Runners. Reckon we might do some Atlas farming today.
Runners have brought back some interesting things.
See what we got. Div. Wow. They finally stopped holding out on us. They've shared some currency. Icky buggers. Deception contract, deception contract. No way. Ha! If only that had to come through a little bit earlier. 21 Glacial Hammer. Exalt. Definitely get some gem cutter prisms early on in the league by setting up all your Atlas runners. They bring back a lot of quality gems for you to be able to sell, get those GMPs. %, flicker. In map. Run out of space. Catalysts are usually worth a bit, so always good to see them. We don't have our mappers doing anything super juiced. You'd really need to jump on and liquidate a lot of stuff and sort out that dump tab. We'll do that off stream. No one wants to sit there and watch us doing that. I mean, at this point, there's probably not real much point in getting much other than just raw currency, because I mean, we're a week away from playing POE 2 now, so oh, I didn't check that gift card. I'm sure it was nothing. We'll never know. A lot of catalyst. Nah, let's go back. We'll go back and just get into some mapping, try and finish, well, just pretty much kill time and finish the Atlas. So, let's get maps, and we'll start from tier 14s. Might even be able to use some of the tier 13s. Right. Working our regex. Oops. Sticky window. Couple left. We'll go through and we'll check a couple of the ones that have failed the rolls. See if we can't salvage any of them. Can't regen, we don't want that. Recovery rate of life and energy shield. That. Is reflect, I don't think that matters. Maybe for the Merc though. Less all res. Max reses. No good. Owl. Gonna whack these in order, so we use the lowest first. Cool. Actually, now we can actually bring these back out. Oh, 16's in. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Sweet. All right. Go do some farming. We should probably spend those Atlas points.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Sort it out after this. Else. A couple of traps down. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, bugger. Alright, what have we spec'd into here? I think this is Harvest. Go back to Skill Tree 2. And we've got Mercs and Jun. Pretty excited to roll the new build. Can't wait to see what we get for the POE 2 economy reset. Let's go back and check how we stand up against a Merc these days.
Your body is the can choose to fight.
Oh, he hasn't even got anything. No point. Nothing exciting to take. Later on, we'll get ourselves a new Watcher's Eye. I think I'm pretty sold on the spell block when you've got Discipline, and then we'll have to have a little bit of a gander, see what we can figure out for the other ones. Maybe there's a Clarity mod that will allow us to not run out of mana as easy.
So be it. I will fulfill my duty there.
Not really interested in doing any other content. We're just going to power through. Love a good backtrack. Oh, nothing gets me going more than a half map backtrack. Still not the way. I'm loving that Cyclone doesn't seem to need a not a payoff skill. You don't need to sacrifice anything to utilize it. Which is pretty crazy because anything else that's good, you usually have to. No power charges, no frenzies, so we'll have to see how its damages. Not that we'll potentially be playing it straight up. We will roll a sword skill.
Can I not help at a moment's respite?
But we'll roll a random ascendancy. But for this little refresh, we'll be simply
I must confess.
rolling anything.
I will fulfill my duty.
Complete random.
This is bliss.
Robbery, is it? Where I come from, we skin robbers alive.
I never mind.
Death is not.
The weak desert. I've seen your strength. Strong and reasonable. I like wit.
Fish cats.
These are only tier 12 maps, so yeah, they're a little bit easier. Save ourselves having to set up the trade site for the maps we don't want and flying around buying them. We're just using what we have for now. We'll quickly move into tier 16s though. Into tier 13s. Have to go try out Exarch and Eater as well. Sort of just been floating around under the ocean with this one character.
Don't expect our previous dealings to save you now.
Don't scratch me, Tora.
I have nothing more to give.
We're done, that is.
Beasts. We can settle this. Other ways. Like before. Death is
That was my.
I just
Was that really exile?
We're just flying through this, not looking to set anything up, just get that little bit of bonus EXP.
I look forward to it.
And we're just chasing our bit of map completion, something different today. Once we run out of all these maps, we might look at checking out for that Watcher's Eye.
I felt the leash cinch tight and sure. Felt its pull towards the inky terminus. I grasped at the roots for anything that would hold against the gentle tug. But all I held tore free.
Looking forward to seeing Barricade on stream so we can thank him.
Only
That raid yesterday was
searing illumination.
that was crazy.
Those I serve would
I mean, it's all in the name. It actually felt like we were under attack at first until we realised what was going on.
Not help at a moment's
It was pretty sick. It's a cool experience. I am going to have to turn on the fan because finally moving out of winter over here in Australia, and it is getting a bit warm in this room with two PCs running. Use this bugger to fan, and we'll see what it's like with the air outside. Next map, Actually, I just need to make sure we've made it to... I'll have to come down here and complete these first, actually. 12. Will be... Oh, there we go, tier 12. Here's the new Abyss mechanic. Definitely enjoy that. Damn. Ooh, let's go back and check the Merc. Maybe he's got a Mage Blood. Or a Mirror. Can only hope.
I watched the nomads passing with great
Hold
admiration.
your tongue.
What do you got?
Make your choice. And be quick about it.
Yes. Nothing.
Walking away is probably the best decision you'll make all day.
This'll do nicely, Exa.
Try and keep track and see if our Merc is sharing our damage. Try and kill mobs continuous as possible. Keep our flasks up so we get that maximum armor. They don't really have much stun protection, but we don't seem to get stunned too much. Wondering what's going on there. We are using the Pantheon where we can only be stunned once every 2 seconds, but I don't feel like I'm ever locked down at all, so interesting.
Another goodbye.
While we click them, there's Society of Remorse. Your alterations. Oh. Ooh. Got to go behind. Did the Merc take any damage then? Very annoying. Should have ran behind one of the stones. Boss absolutely destroys you. Too lazy to run around. Wait out our Frost Blink. Drop a portal just in case. Pain in the ass, boss. Not really looking. Punching all the points into Jun. Oh yeah, I can see the Merc taking a little bit of damage for us. His regen's pretty epic. If he kills mobs, he gets 1% or 2% of his life back, so... Extra chaos damage doesn't bother us.
This is bliss.
And... no point taking either of them. Yarings and Elks, we can always use them.
Welcome to the funhouse. Don't snuff my cake. I guess it's time to play it spying. In a quarter, I will send you a gift.
But yeah, we really need to sort out that mana. We can't spam our traps at the moment.
Blood has been shed today. A wise choice indeed.
Fly over, we'll go check that Merc, see if he's got anything good. Back that way. Chaos Orb. This may even be the way to go.
I am not to be trifled with. The Traven Code dictates to go ahead, choose
Nothing good.
self-preservation or cowardice.
Right. Busting for the loose, so we'll be right back. Quick bio. Let's keep up the farm.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
I've long wanted you to see how futile your course truly is. Wait, let me think. The Peranda's family is not.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis.
Nice little scarab drop there. Nothing too flash though. Getting our buff.
I have nothing more to give.
Pure ecstasy.
Lethal mistake! Hey, with your blood!
We are definitely ooming a bit there. A bit of a struggle. Not sure of a certain fix for that. I had a quick look at the Watcher's Eye mods, and there's nothing that stands out that's going to like solve that. We might have dropped all mana mods actually, so I mean maybe the play is we just need to get back in here and get 10% of mana when you use a skill. We could combine that with the clarity mod actually. Might work. For a total of 25% chance to recover 10%, or it'd be 20% of mana, so we're gonna need another 3 levels, so it's gonna have to get by until then.
Did house kayak? Time waits for no one.
Nothing of importance.
Keep walking. Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Another big massive dead end. That's out of control. We're gonna have to go all the way this way just to wrap back all the way the other way.
I have nothing more to give.
Let's keep it simple this time, exile. Try to best me.
You used to fight with honor.
Pure ecstasy.
Even better with a weapon than with...
Was that really exile? All that glitters is gold. Or steel.
I spent every moment behind those bars.
I'm afraid the...
What a way.
Well,
Well, that is even an so be it. But if word of our deal makes it I will cut out your tongue.
Another dead end. This place is a nightmare. If this doesn't lead to that Jun, we ain't going back. Not on a map this trash. Oh, dead end. Oh my lord. There's the other, you can see the door up there, so.
Our dirty little deal is over, exile.
The dirt.
My family name. Time to espionage a raid.
Another one down. I think once we do a tier 16 from memory, we will drop the Searing Exarch orb.
I have nothing more to give.
Thought the inspiring cry from the Merc would help out a bit more than it does, but sometimes our mana seems fine and then other times it just disappears. Wonder why that is.
This.
Well,
Nobleman's work.
fine's a bit of a stretch, but it seems more like more than okay.
Elegance. If you think I'm...
Bye bye. You kill someone.
You surprise me, Helen.
Good find, Exile.
Don't put any curses down, reflect it back to us, shouldn't be an issue. We're actually using invert the rules at the moment, so we're not actually 18% scorch. What our Merc's putting up. Oh, now Golem's dead, that's why our mana was poking there. Raker, you shall die today.
To become a monster.
Corel, we'll make a bargain this time.
Now listen closely.
Always safe to take the minion ones when you want to just zoom. Is it a mirror? It's a 5-link Viper Strike. Yeah. Think he's worth it.
And kindly stay dead.
Thinking about getting Azaneth's touch gloves with a corrupt for elemental weakness and whacking it on the merc.
Its body contorts weightlessly in the vast emptiness, twisting and dividing, fetching scars in the darkness. Light spills through the rift, and a vast army follows, clamoring to be seen
Golem's dead again.
sanctified by the living abyss.
Flesh and blood.
Mana is a big issue. Yo, consecrated ground. Let's get out of here. We've actually got a tier 16, so we'll do the final one. Oh no, bugger, we got a tier 15 in there.
I came across a bastion of flesh that towered above, smothering stars. Those who followed in my footsteps did not hold, pushing me against the warm walls. I was crushed and swallowed whole, urged unerringly by those I led. I was welcomed into his embrace.
Did you wish to join the other corpses, exile? You win if you cut a path.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis. Just not yet. Cannot have but a moment
Oh, well,
of
that's all the betrayal done nice and early.
I do not wish to be here any longer, exile. It will be good to see my family again.
Pretty much just popping all the instant options.
feel the cold creep of death when I close
Well, that was a
my
bit of
eyes.
damage.
Don't worry, you'll feel it soon enough. Red plate.
Like the phoenix, I will. Ha! You
I could offer you pure mutant blood, or I could offer... We'll get
Let's
what we need
interrogate anyone
before
that's at
we're
max
done.
level.
I have nothing more to give.
It actually feels like I might need to sacrifice a couple of passive points earlier. This is mana situation's frustrating, and waiting for 3 levels is probably not a viable option. Get in the middle of this big donut. We got an infamous Swift Blade.
when they see it. And you'll do nicely.
1 unique on him.
Where do you think you'll go?
We're gonna go easy on our traps. Who do we want to do first? Eater or Exarch? Ah, let's go Exarch. Let's practice that ball phase. Whack another couple of points in. Actually should pull our Omen of Humiliation, whatever it is, out of our stash. Pretty high in the level.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
It's pretty hard to get recovery on trap builds, especially for energy shield. 15, 11. Ooh, he's actually... Five support, 5 support, 5 support. Only 1 aura though. Let's see if we can take him down.
Only get one shot at this. Choose wisely.
I have nothing more to give.
Oh, he's jumped off all of our traps. Of course. What a time for them to come.
My head still hurts. Making a new friend, I am.
What a time to be as
Friends is.
for them to all come out, of course.
Far too much baggage.
What do they got? Max life, max cast res, max lightning res. That's not too bad. But no movement speed. Let's check this warrant. I don't think that was taken into account the 5 supports on it all.
Allow me to help you channel a bit of that.
God damn it.
There's only one fate for the weak exile. I've nothing to hide. Only strength matters.
The hell? Ah.
I'm afraid the only option here for me is execution.
Violence is part of the natural order. You're more savage than any animal. May your nest be shiny.
I was led into the darkness and given a torch burning with fury to guide my path to her. I felt her pull, grow and lick and lash at my face.
Let's get in here, get some of that sweet, sweet EXP.
Her care as a hollow shell to protect and limit and
I have
never
nothing more to
leave her.
give.
This would be my punishment beyond measure.
Did you wish to join the other corpses, exile? Shoddy precision. You win if you cut a
I'm going to kill you, Giannis.
Looks like we've got a
Thanks to your hard work.
safe house ready. Transportation. Go do that after. There's our incandescent invitation. Go clear some bag space. I'm going to quick look at the passive tree. And I was putting some sporadic points around for a bit there. Maybe we've forgotten one. Fingers crossed there's something laying around somewhere we can take out. So we can take that out for 1 point. Let's get rid of this that for the minute, and 2% energy regen. That's not going to be that much, and we'll have to take that out for now. It'll give us 3 points. Where are we going here? Boom, boom, boom. So that's only 10% of current mana. Doesn't say maximum. We try mana cost efficiency, or do we try and get ourselves a bigger mana pool? Go mana cost efficiency. See how that goes.
Hello.
Put that in for 2 chaos. Maybe someone will need it. Help them out. Chuck this warrant in. I don't know. Let's go 20. Throw that on the ground.
Journey well.
Have a quick look at our jewels. See if we can't change anything. So we need that for the reses. Minor cost efficiency. I don't think we can sacrifice any jewels at the moment, so We give the Searing Exarch a go, eh? Got that for now. I believe we need a...
That key is not. Stay vigilant. What news?
I don't know what he wants from us there. Probably just to complete that last astrolabe one. Alright, let's look for there. Okay, 20. Cooldown doesn't change. And cooldown. Just quality to. So let's look for a 21 or 2020. Probably still not going to help us in this ball phase. We're very hopeless at that. 2020. That out. 3 chaos. Oh my god. Yo, what's up? How you doing, Emma?
Happy hunting.
Yeah, not too bad. Just a chill afternoon. A little bit of gaming. Sort of just killing time before we Path of Exile 2's next patch comes out. About to see how many times I can die to Searing Exarch. Be just in time for that. I try to, with my work roster, my full-time job, there's 4 days every 16 or so where I definitely can't. And then every second weekend I've got with the kids. Oh, we ran over runes there. Focus on my merc. Focus on my merc. Alright, this is where we're going to die. Oi, thanks Ziz for the tips, jumping the corners. I don't often let's see if we can back it up. Round 2. No way. You definitely can't back it up. I'm from Australia. Whereabouts are you from? Sorry if I don't talk heaps in this one little bit. Just focusing on this little fight. Boss fight here. Oh, straight back in the ball phase. Come on, come down. Straight into an incineration. Oh, stayed in that a bit too long. Oh, look at all those runes. Alright, got him. We definitely don't have huge damage, but enough to at least complete them.
Do not disappoint her.
Oh, from the UK. Nice. Ah, yeah, feel free.
I'm glad you survived. Stay vigilant.
They are pretty average Dawnbreaker. Chuck our Frostblink back on, put our Flame Dash back in the... Yeah, go for it, you can share it. Whether I take you up on it's a different story though, but yeah, you're all sweet. You can share what you're offering. Well, the good thing is our mana issue is sorted. Probably not at the moment, thanks. Only just sort of starting out streaming and sort of doing the banners and whatnot myself at the moment. I don't have the emotes and stuff just yet, but something I'll look at a bit later on once we start getting a bit bigger. But I appreciate the offer and I appreciate the conversation. You whack Instagram in, I'll add you on Instagram and I'll keep you in mind for when I start getting a bit bigger and getting a bit more followers. Ooh, we forgot to do our safe house. What are we missing here? Oh, you cheeky dog. Run away, left his mates. Hit that fled. Call the other guy that. What a little bitch. Hit that fled again. Oh, I suppose we'll bargain this time, Hillock. Since you're offering straight up intelligence. Let's go down here and see what little buff we get from this coral reef. Tier 16s. Corrupted tier 16s. Yeah. Cruising through doing the just doing a bit of 8. Nah, they might not be 8 mods, not sure what they are, just corrupted them, and if they could be run, I just chucking them in. I know, yeah, I feel pretty tanky. I didn't melt Searing Exarch. But like got him down, only died once, did 3 ball phases, died to 1 ball phase. But yeah, thought I had a bit more damage than I do. Oh, look at that. Mana issue. Oh, I can't believe he jumped off that. He's sorted. We need to pump out a bit more damage though. Try and figure out where we can scale that. Right, this quadrant is complete. I complete everything in this area. I think I did. Alright, let's carry on over here. Get our eater invitation now.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Nothing interesting. Do 5 links. I mean, maybe that's okay.
More gems for me then.
Probably should do some research, but league's pretty much done now. POE 2's doing their reset, so we forgot to do our Dave House again. Get that sweet juicy XP. We haven't hyper optimized it or anything, but we'll get some EXP from it, so that's the main thing. Oh, Eldritch Orb of Annulment. Nice. Interrogate him. Since he ain't got nothing else good.
Executing us brings you no closer to the life giver. But let us live, and I will ensure those at the top hear about the many failings of those who fall. If you think I'll talk,
Would you like to know?
somehow
Straight up intelligence, that's the go.
feels like a mistake. But I see no better option right now.
don't have a lot of regen, but what regen we do have combined with energy shield recharge, because that's not been turned off, is still applying us with enough, combined with our avoidance from elusiveness and our fizz damage reduction, spell suppression, and the Merc taking 20% of the damage. We seem to be going alright, dealing with the damage coming out. We will these bosses can be a bit of a pain. Aye. We're not going to have as much armor in here because we won't have our flasks up. So we're going to play a bit of dodging. This guy's painful. Wonder if they saved the hardest hitter for last. There's the screaming invitation. Very nice. Where have we placed Jun?
Cool wins.
Oh, investing. Oh, we've somehow taken too long and lost some intelligence for transportation. Quick invitation. Load him up. Easy peasy. Sure, we've taken all of the Jun stuff now. Go around and get some quant from the middle. We'll go pop the eater. But unfortunately, rank me coffee too quick and I'll have to BRB. Let's go pop in our Eater invitation. Yeah, we stack up against the old Eater. The moving is highly annoying for our traps. Is that a double slam? Targeting our Merc. Oi, bit too slow on that one. Oh, that was close. Be able to eat these little things. Come on, stack the traps, stack the traps. Another one. I wonder if he's doing... I don't remember him always doing 2 of those, so... And he's gone. Oh, you cheeky bugger. Alright, there's heaps of them. Easy peasy. Yeah, another Void Stone. Pretty late in the league, but kind of just been playing around under the ocean. All right, let's get back to clearing out some of these quadrants. Start off with Pit. A few more Maven witnesses. Yeah, might as well see how we stack up against Delirium.
We shall see how far you can be pushed.
There we go. One more level and we'll get ourselves, can't remember which one it is, whether it's Lethal Pride or it's the Brutal Restraint, but one of them we can get phasing on kill, so we'll get that so we can run through, dropping our traps and keep them going. These guys always come out at these most terrible moments. Oh, shit! Not quite as tanky as we thought. Got a bit of div there. We should let's buy our Watcher's Eye and our Timeless Jewel. Splurge out and just burn the rest on some high energy shield stuff. Might do that tonight once the young fella goes down. That way we can just cruise. Are you serious? What is axing me? That's pretty annoying. Luckily, we just got our level. What's on this? Our spell suppression's not doing as much. Interesting.
Have but a moment's respite.
Take it slow, 'cause nobody else gotta know. Go anywhere we wanna go. Yeah, we should keep it on the low. 'Cause when you talk, I believe it. Every word that you speak, oh, you give me a meaning. So let's go where we wanna go. Yeah,
Make
we
your
can keep
choice.
it on the low.
Stay, go, I don't care. Just be quick about it.
Getting me down and
Finally, come on.
Yeah, so definitely gonna have to pick up some phasing again. It's not a terrible issue. We just can't play our normal run through, dropping traps in on the ground and keep on moving playstyle. We're gonna have to just throw them from a bit of a distance, or when we run in, save our blink so that we can blink past them once we've dropped the traps. Because we are getting stuck against mobs now.
So far above, lined with silent sentries armed with sharp spears that will pierce the shadow.
I suppose we actually probably could put it. We can probably put that back in for the moment anyway, until we get the the next point.
Damn your lust for wreckage.
Hopefully this will get us what we need to.
Deterrent it once was.
Absolutely. I just can't bring myself to
Violence is part of the. You're more savage than any animal. What do
Oh, so close.
Here's to
Oh,
practicing
we've got another
social
safe house
skills.
though.
Thanks to your cool winds.
This. The Piranda's family.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis. Just not yet.
I feel like we're probably going the wrong way here, but
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
bloody burning ground's a bit of a problem. Stay on the traps. There we go. Fungal Astrolabe. Nice. Love them tings. They don't come often, but when they do. See what that's worth. $83 chaos.
Greetings. Journey well.
Decent energy shield.
Farewell.
Trying to throw you on the ground, god damn it.
Given the tank. Got my eye on you.
I am certain there is. Stay the course.
Thanks to your
Let's go pop this safe house.
And kindly stay dead.
Can we not have but a moment's respite?
Elusive and Vile Grace at the same time gives us quite a bit of avoidance. We nearly got fully axed by that.
You have become tangled in our tapestry, exile. Time we
Wish the traps activated instantly. It was just like.
If you think I'm going to, you will have to cut the words from my mouth.
Veiled Chaos. Can't imagine they're worth a lot. 85 Chaos, not too bad. Veiled Chaos worth 85 Chaos. Got the Scarabs. Love doing the crafting ones in here. Form of gambling, really. The time limit gets the heart going. But, oh. Harvest Scarab of Cornucopia. Is that a real team? Is that a real team? Is it a div? I think it's half a div. Sweet, we still got one. That with us. What am I doing? Thinking about work at the same time as what day I'll be able to play the new league, and I've just fumbled straight back into the map. Let's just clear it all the way across parallel, make sure everything's completed. We'll keep going, Maven Witnesses.
Pain is purpose.
Don't know why I started that way. You're gonna worry about playing around with that. Bit of burning ground.
To the victor go the spoils. Take the strong and reasonable. I like you, exile.
We've interrogated him so we get the safe house quicker. Well, at least this guy's popped out before we're fighting the Merc. Like how it normally is. We have Vile Grace. Not that we're in a life or death situation, but no, it's extra bit of avoidance can't go amiss.
I'm afraid the only option
So interrogate you because you're max rank. Execute you, and you are gonna get bargained with. And Vile Grace just popped on the level.
say in House Azadi, blades speak more honestly than tongues. Shall we?
Intimidating Cry, Determination, Tempest Shield. Doesn't really have any crazy support, so
I'll thank Azadi.
just kill him, let him cruise around with us. Damn, he's tanky.
I have nothing more to give.
Bloody hell, he's tanky. You getting much helmet chance up against him. Oh, Jesus! Wow.
Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
What the hell? That was bloody close. Holy. Holy moly.
The walls still towered, but now folded and frayed to
What
her
you
touch.
got?
She fled,
What you
and
got
endurance
inside?
dragged countless in her wake.
Your
The
drugs.
invitation was clear and could not be refused. It was deafening to all, and we could not look
Is that
away.
meant to be the boss? Yeah, what do we got up here? What do we have up here? So, without the golem, we can't sustain, but with the golem, we can completely sustain.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
And leave it down the bottom. Mercs really don't seem to take a hell of a lot of damage. It's a bit boring, that one. map's that bright I can't even see the overlay. But best beware of the treasures. Oh, go back out here for a second. Crafting recipe, drop this. Just in case. Dunk, 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 dunk. Go pop the 3 mini bosses.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
This guy dropping his little lightning things from outside the arena.
I spent every moment behind those bars.
I'll help you, Skip. Don't want to die again.
Go on, do it.
Level Aisling.
Yes, I'm a Perandus, but how much does that really mean anymore?
I wonder if it's Aisling or Ailing.
Perandus are far more dangerous. I'm just charming.
You like
So good, Exile.
maybe you'll drop a div.
Surprise me, Helen.
No. No, he won't drop a div. This Mirko's alright. We got more damage than me. Not even spec for damage.
Keep it simple this time, Exile. Try to best
Doot,
fit.
doot, doot, doot. Doot, 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 doot.
Finally, a brawl.
I love it when they stack. Stack and stay still.
Death's the
Oh,
only option
shit.
here, I'm afraid. I call foul.
Always hoped I'd get a warrior's death.
You fight well in a camp.
Death is a natural
3 down the
part of
bottom.
life.
Oh, you're lucky.
What's wrong, very
You'd be lucky.
Realist like yourself can see you have the upper hand. So be it. But if word of our deal makes it to other ears, I will.
Thanks, warm nights.
Nice, we got another safe house. Nice big pack of blues. That's probably a bit heavy for what I like. a bit of a gap here, get some recharge going. He was heavily supported by Rares. Wow.
Did you see that fiend?
Why that dropped again? What have I done to make that drop? Don't understand.
Beasts belong behind bars.
Through agony.
Last one to go.
Why not have but a moment's respite?
Turn around. We Kayaktions know one thing about
Infamous Merc carrying a obliteration wand. He's got 2 5-links, but then bugger all else.
Walking away is probably the best decision you'll make all day.
Maybe if the Mercs gave good EXP, I'd we could stop and fight it. Melted. He melted me then. Suppose that's one downside is the Merc. We can't control who we attack, so if there's 2 mobs, might not get all those ailments up on the right mob. Ooh, I'm getting hit by a bit of shit here. Almost. Almost. Yeah, let's
One shot.
Should be easy for us to take out a toxicologist. Should be immune to most of the damage.
Fine, lining up the shots.
Interrogation was not pleasant.
Ah, Bargain's all on his own today. Oh no. Pharrell's with him.
Like the phoenix.
I'm trying. Exile, you're taking all.
I expect you will come at us with a new strategy next time, Bacon. I look
That's
forward to
actually
it.
no point. Even the POE 1 players are 11 POE 2 now. Majority of them. So, the fact that that's coming out 1 week from now means that this league is officially over. People are already starting to leave the All-Claim League anyway. Lackluster drops, ground loot, bit of an issue.
Behold my machinery at maximum efficiency. To think if you cut a Parandus, and you definitely
Rot in that cage, bastard.
You are. Easy, looks kitted out, boy. Get some gear on him.
This wasn't. Illic has very little idea as to what is going on at any given moment. That makes him dangerous.
You? You killed so good, Exile. This make any sense to you? Shrink not from God! The touch of God!
Easy peasy. The hell is on that guy's head? Look like a bloody swim hat. Little bit of head lycra. Load him up, load him up, load him up. Goodbye.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Duty is a blessing afforded to the fortunate, to the ones whose fates are given over to the weavers of destiny. We act without hesitation or thought to the moments of the light keeper.
Oh, we need a transportation so we can go into that safe house. hillock.
Appreciate a killer when I
Hold depressed hillock.
That's too kind for a monster like you.
Hate myself. Hate the syndicate. I'd rather be dead.
Do that Piranda's skull.
We are going the wrong way.
Dirt.
The Piranda's family is not.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis. Just not yet.
How is this a royalty-free song?
How's the trail?
Oops, we got an invitation already, so punch his temple out, we'll do that invitation. Hopefully we'll get a syndicate transport in here. Twisted Burrow, do we go down? Ah, bugger it. Probably counterproductive to getting our extra level. Not probably, this is definitely counterproductive. The rarity this side. Lag this side as well. We are most likely going to die once we leave here.
Oh, such sweet suffering.
Let's go back and chase down that blue. Blue wisp. Where was that? Where are we seeing blue?
Such sweet suffering.
Oh, let's just punch straight down this way. Oh, yellow. South, gonna run out. Yep, gonna run out. Alright. How are we gonna fare now?
Killed me. Now I'll kill you. Make this one last.
Brain
You're gonna be dead.
It's time your body caught up.
What? I have nothing more to give.
And Golem's dead.
The dirt.
Oh, we still got him.
I'm afraid the only option.
Interrogate.
Hate myself.
Yuck. Ugh. Damn, I got some on me. That was
Oh, this is a
vivid.
tune.
I'm going
Hell
to
yeah.
kill you,
Looks like we got a transport. It's fortification. Remember, these are all wisp juiced, so We still need to be careful.
A spot more. Victory must be rewarded.
I expect you will come at us with a new strategy next time, Vegan. Now look. Let me guess. House Azadi sent you to finish what
Anglemancer. The real
choice is
tune.
yours.
Nothing interesting.
You seem to be going the wrong way.
Seen transportation in a while.
At last, a chance to drop
Oh,
your
such
sword
sweet
through that
suffering.
skull. Watch carefully. You might learn a thing or two.
Can I not help but a moment's respite?
Cold-blooded betrayal. That's what
If you cut a piranha,
I'm going to kill you, Giannis.
Alright, there's the exit. And by exit, I mean arena. Wow, how's he regen hard? Oh, keep me traps down. Mass regen on that bugger. But you're down. Actually, forgot now that we've got the Merc in play, we can get rid of this sap ground while moving. I believe that is a hearing exarch, so let's just punch a couple of these on. Do we want to go faster? Why not? Yeah. Ah, sorry. Sorry, Kirak, you'll have to wait another round. This will be a quick one, though.
deals with its fate. If you think I'll talk,
There is much to be learned by one. Just a glimpse, exile. Just a glimpse.
So we got a safe house ready again. Phased. Phased. Get phased. Get phased. A whole lot of phasing going on here. Goodbye. Go do the safe house first.
thanks to your hard work.
This is bliss.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Pointless ledge. Generate friction, they say. Friction, alright.
This is a place of sanctuary, one which I cannot allow.
Now stay right where you are, Elrond.
I thought God was working through me.
Hey, wrong.
I'm no traitor.
I will not be too hard on him, exile, as long as he talks.
Rare. Blues and a white. What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell's this? Dero Verandis.
You have the look of a connoisseur, an educated appreciator of all things.
You can get all of them. Interesting.
Long may we prosper from this relationship.
Nice makeup. pointless anyway. Trash. Absolute trash. Bricked. That's all. A couple of shitty uniques and some bricked rares.
Hello, Malachi himself. Farewell.
Right, Kirak, let's go. Feeling like how might have stumbled across into copyright music. This guy out last. House damage.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Easy. Oh. Two passive points in. Couple more maps and then we'll be jumping off. A quick feed and we gotta. Well, I gotta head down and grab a young fella from school.
I'm of House Kayakson. I will accept your decision. A bit of advice. Don't waste a Kayakson's time.
Typical. Just typical. Try not to cock this up.
I'm gonna face tank this.
For life, Perandus.
I mean, if we had returning Proj
Did you see that?
and we had chance to poison,
We have come to
the
an
build could
accord.
actually work. I don't know how it might be good for bosses, but I don't know how well it would work for clearing maps.
Gadgets won't do that trick, Aloni. Flesh and blood to lend you some raw bite.
Hey, these guys are hurting.
I have nothing more to give.
Right. Run for a bit here. Get this guy out. Right. Nice.
The weak deserve death.
I've made quite sure I know enough to save myself.
Boom. There's the safe house.
This is not really
Well, now we're gonna have to go do that.
strength. Take from me what you will. Strong and reasonable. I like you, Egglet.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
There's all the ailments, every single one. Nice. Ailment Merc is online. Alright, we'll do this safe house and then, yeah, that'll be it for the stream for today.
Long day.
Thanks to your heart. Your death is a mercy.
A mother bear will fight to the death to protect her cubs.
It's not a true neglect the cargo.
Rise. I must fall. Respect the natural order. Rising cannot continue.
See what EXP this gives us. A half there.
I've made my feel confident in your caging only if
Another Veiled Chaos. Thank you.
The world is an ancient stone, rigid and immovable. And we are bound, rolling across its surface, leaving an
Couple of
ephemeral
maps.
trail before we sink
The
beneath.
Egon maps.
So short are our lives that the stone ceiling remains
Damn. 150 million stored EXP. Nice. Ton of, a ton of superior supports. Double S.
There is no individual guiding the stone into a youthful form, only natural forces. Chaos. But what if that weren't the case? What if there was someone guiding the rain? Someone able to plan far past the fleeting lives that limit us? What
Alright.
new potential
Well, that's it for today. Gonna head off now. Have some food. Go down pick up the young fella. But if you watch this, thanks for watching. And feel free to jump in, have a chat. Any of the future streams. The next stream will be running the roulette. We'll be rolling our POE 2 05.5 league content, what we're going to run. So we're going to random the skill, we're going to random the ascendancy, we're going to random the content we farm, and we're going to be isolated to that content. And then there's going to be a fourth little bonus aspirational achievement vector, which could be using magics, using a certain amount of uniques, not allowed to use uniques, only rares. We've got multiple different avenues of what we're going to run with that, but yeah, just in case anyone sees this towards the end, I'll put up a little thing for it. And yeah, till next time, don't forget, roll it.